Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. In our today's session, we are going to continue our chapter number 7. Okay, it means our cultural values. Okay, so in our previous class, my dear student, we have talked about the Aryans. Okay, we have talked about Vedas. Okay, we have talked about the sources through which we can get information about those Aryans. Okay, and we also have seen what kind of religious life Aryan people used to spend. Okay, now, in continuation of that chapter, in our today's session, we are going to start what type of social life Indo-Aryan people used to spend. See, religious life means what deities they used to worship. Okay, but in social life means in Vedic age and in the presence of Aryans, our society is divided into many parts. So, it means in this chapter we are going to see this. Okay, now come with me the social life. Okay, so what type of social life they used to spend? See, the Vedic society at that time. Okay, at that time our Vedic society is divided into, my dear student, just give me a second. Yeah, at that time our Vedic society is divided into four varna system. Okay, four varna. It means, one means occupation, what type of the occupation people used to do. Okay, so on the basis of their occupation at the time of Vedic age, our society is divided into four categories. Okay, the first one belongs to Brahmins, second Kshatriyas, the third belongs to Vaishya, and fourth belongs to Shudra. Okay, so here you can see this is a picture showing the four Varna system of our country India at the time of Vedic age. Okay, now who belongs to Brahman caste? Here you can see the caste of the person was initially based on his occupation as a time when the caste become rigid. You know what? One of the most evil practices which our country India have ever seen, it is the caste system. Okay, it was very rigid. First of all, our society divided into four parts. Okay, in the starting of this division, our society is not so rigidly classified. But you know what? When the time slowly spending, this caste system become very rigid and it act as the cruel form, and it taken the form of cruelty. Okay, a person become a member of a caste by birth and he could not choose change his occupation. Okay, so the person may be a girl or maybe a boy, in which caste he or she is born, they can't change them. Okay, see, the highest rank belongs to Brahmins. Okay, and why Brahmins got the highest rank? Because Brahmins is directly involved with the king and treated the sex. Okay. Now, the second category belongs to Kshatriya people. Kshatriya people means who give their protection to king from any kind of Shati. Shati is a Hindi term for harm. Okay, see, Brahmins and Kshatriyas are directly related with king. Brahmins are responsible for giving king knowledge, and Kshatriyas are responsible for giving protection to the king. Okay, now the third category belongs to your Vaishya. In Vaishya community, all the craftsmen, cultivators comes under this category. Okay, now who are Shudra? Okay, so the remaining people of the society belongs to the Shudra category. Okay, they are the lowest category in all the social groups. Okay, see, to begin, people were free to choose their occupation, but later on, the system became very rigid and complex. You know what? When the Varna system started in our Indian society, for the few years, it was free. Okay, means a person can choose any kind of occupation. A Shudra can choose to become a craftsman. Okay, or a Kshatriya can choose Vaishya occupation. But you know what? When time started spending, it takes the form of rigid. It becomes very rigid. Now the person can't exchange their work. Okay, it their work is totally based on which community they took birth. Okay, so the higher status belongs to Brahman and Kshatriyas. Okay, and that's why Brahman and Kshatriyas are the ruling classes, and Vaishya and Shudra are lower classes basically, and specifically Shudra category. Now, what type of economic life Indo-Aryan people used to spend? See, economic life means what type of occupation they usually do at that time. They are engaged in agriculture, cattle rearing, fishing, even metal works are also done, because at that time metals are discovered. Okay, they involved in chariot making, pottery making, jewelry making, carpentry, and tanning. These all are the basic occupations in which Aryans are involved. Okay, even they also involved in domestication of animals like cows, fowl, horses, sheep, and goats. Okay, apart from gold and silver, copper, lead, and tin, they discovered a new metal called iron. See, iron is discovered by Aryans. Okay, being a hard metal, it was better suited than copper or bronze for making agriculture implement. See, you all know iron is a very hard metal. Okay, so when Aryan discovered iron, it was the most hardest among all the metal. So it is the best suitable for making weapons and the tools for the war, in the war and for the agricultural purposes. Okay, so when the discovery of when the iron is discovered, then many industries which are related with metal work, they also begin to settle down. Okay, now what type of political life Indo-Aryan people used to spend? See, you all know, my dear student, Aryans were divided into tribes. Okay, the Aryan community is divided into many tribes, and every tribe had a one headman, and that is known as Rajan or the king. Okay, so the king enjoys a supreme power. Okay, he perform all kind of military and religious duty. Okay, and he ruled means the king ruled in his kingdom with the help of his mantris or say or his senanis or purohits. Okay, the village headman or the gramini associated him and administrated the village. Okay, so so the portion of village is ruled by gramini. Okay, so in that time in political life of Aryan, there such assemblies are very prevalent, known as Sabha and Samiti. In Sabha and Samiti, the cabinet ministry means the ministers of the king, they advise them that in what way they can rule in more efficient way. Okay, and that Samiti was just like the general assembly of today's world. Okay, and Sabha is like the council of elder people. Okay, so this type of political life Indo-Aryan people used to live. Okay, now what kind of dresses, food they used to wear and eat, and what type of amusement mode they used to use? First of all, the food. What type of food Aryans eat? See, Aryan eat very simple food, like they eat rice, wheat, barley, vegetable, fruits, and meat. Okay, and they also consume milk, butter, and ghee. So all these are the food consumed by Aryans. Now dresses. See, the dresses of the Aryans were just similar like your Harappan civilization. Okay, they also used to wear two-piece clothes, means upper cloth and the lower cloth. Upper cloth to cover the upper portion of the body, and lower cloth to cover the lower portion of the body. Okay, man used to wear dhoti and turban, and through a light cloth, means the Aryan people used to wear dhoti and turban on their head, and they used to take a cloth on their shoulders. Okay, and on the other hand, women used to wear loose fitting sari. Okay, they also used to wear ornaments. Okay, like ornaments like here they used to wear earrings, necklace, armlets, and bangles. Okay, but see, in Harappan civilization, both male and female wear jewelries. Similarly, Aryan peoples also used to wear, means both male and female, they used to wear jewelries. Okay, now the amusement. What type of amusement activities they used to do? See, the amusement of the Aryans, the amusement activity performed by Aryans are like they like very much chariot racing. Okay, chariot racing. They like hunting, gambling, horse racing, dancing, and they also used to play musical instruments. Okay, and what type of musical instrument Indo-Aryan people used to play? They are basically drum, flute, and lute. Lute means veena. Okay, these are the most popular among them. So here you can see this is the amusement activity of chariot racing. Okay, now my dear student, a complementary Chalcolithic settlement. What type of settlement we can usually see in Aryan era? See, Inam Gaon in Maharashtra is one of the largest Chalcolithic settlement. It is situated on the bank of river Ghod, a tributary of river Bhima. The settlement flourished between 700 BCE to 600 BCE. Now see, in Maharashtra, there is a city named as Imangaon. Okay, in Imangaon, it is called as the largest Chalcolithic settlement. Okay, means it shows the settlement pattern of Indo-Aryans. Okay, And Inamgaon is situated on the bank of River Ghod. River Ghod is a tributary of River Bhima, which flows in Maharashtra. Okay, and Inamgaon settlement flourished between 700 BC to 600 BCE. Okay, now in Inamgaon, my dear student, in Inamgaon settlement, we can find many mud houses. Okay, many mud houses. In that mud houses, they have one or two room. Okay, see, but one of the houses of five rooms are located at the center of the settlement. See, in Inamgaon, during the excavation work, our archaeologists found many mud houses. Okay, so in every mud houses they have one or two rooms only, but in the center of that Inamgaon settlement, archaeologists found during the excavation that a house having a five room. Okay, and that house which have a five room settled in the center. Okay, this house may have been the house of the ruling chief. So that house having a five room and being its location in the center of that settlement, it means that house specifically belong to the ruler of that area. Okay, in that house we also can see granary. Okay, granary means what? To store grains. Okay, now archaeological finds. Okay, so through archaeological find, we also get the information about the Aryan civilization. See, when archaeologists excavated, they found pottery and stone tools in Inamgaon. Okay, and the color of the pots are usually red color, and on that red color pot they have a black designs. Okay, the people of Inamgaon maybe obtained copper from Rajasthan. It is based on assumption that the people who used to settle in Inamgaon, they got copper from Rajasthan. Okay, and using that copper they make their tools and ornaments. Okay, the tools were used for, and now in what activity and for what purpose those tools are used? Those tools are used for chopping trees, pounding meats, and skinning animals. Okay, so for all these purposes those tools are used. Now at Inamgaon, a lot of bits have been also discovered. Okay, lot of bits are also discovered. Terracotta bits like terracotta, semi-precious stones, ivory, and seashells are discovered at Inamgaon. Okay, archaeologists also find many terracotta figures at Inamgaon. Okay, and that figures are basically what toys. Okay, while others other toys found in the form of terracotta, it is totally dedicated to the religious purpose. Okay, many figures means bull like shaped many figures are also found here. Okay, so it shows that in that era maybe bulls are worshipped. Okay, so here you can see this type of beads are discovered during the excavation of Inamgaon. Now decline. Okay, in the last phase, now why the Inamgaon declined? Means in a settlement of Inamgaon decline. It may be said that decline of settlement in Inamgaon faced maybe several serious problems like shortage of rainfall, maybe area faces drought situation. Okay, and due to drought situation the fertility of soil is decreased. Okay, now the people began hunting and gathering food. Okay, they also started altering their construction of houses, means they stopped their construction of houses. Instead of rectangular houses, previously rectangular shaped houses are constructed, but later on maybe in place of rectangular houses, those people started to begin small houses, maybe a circular hut. Okay, the Vedic religion was a religion of many rites and sacrifices. Okay, so Inamgaon settlement people used to uh, Vedic religion. Okay, and it is a very complex and costly religion. Okay, some people were also dissatisfied, means some people don't like Vedic settlement, Vedic religion. Okay, it was this time that two great men preached their doctrine all over the Indian. They were the Gautam Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavir. See, at this time, India have seen the rise of two great personalities. They are Gautam Buddha and Lord Mahavira. Okay, they become a very famous scholar, teacher, preacher, philosopher. Okay, and they founded the two religions, Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, so here you can see the terracotta designs found in the excavation of Inamgaon. As in the later Vedic period, we have seen the rise of Lord Buddha and Lord Mahavira. See, Buddhism. Gautam Buddha was the founder of Buddhism. Okay, Gautam Buddha used to condemn all the evil practices which are prevalent during the Vedic society. Okay, so using his teachings, he made Buddhism religion so popular not only in India but outside the India. Okay, Buddhism, like Hinduism, teaching the concept of karma. In Hinduism, the karma concept prevails. Similarly, in Buddhism, karma concept also prevails. Okay, where one action means your whole karma is based on your good deed or your bad deed. Okay, so if you are doing good deeds, okay, and if you are doing bad deeds, then you're going to face the consequences or the result of your own deeds. Okay, Buddhism also believe in the concept of rebirth. Okay, according to Buddhism religion, the concept of rebirth exists. Okay, where after death the person maybe take the birth of any other living creature. Okay, until they achieve the stage of nirvana. Okay, in Hinduism, nirvana means moksha. Okay, which I already explained you in our previous class. Okay, so in this way you can see the concept of karma, the concept of rebirth, and the concept of moksha or nirvana exist in both Hinduism and Buddhism. Okay, now life of Lord Buddha. So here you can see, my dear student, Lord Buddha was not born as a philosopher. Okay, he was a prince by birth. Lord Buddha was a Kshatriya by birth. Here you can see his original name was Siddharth, and he born in Lumbini, which is a city near in Kapilvastu. Okay, in the foothill areas of Nepal. Previously, it existed in India. Okay, around 567 BCE. Okay, he was Kshatriya by birth. Okay, the name of the father of Lord Buddha is Shuddhodhan, and Shuddhodhan was the king of Kapilvastu. Okay, and Shuddhodhan was also the chief of their clan named as Shakya clan. Okay, see, when Siddharth was a child, when Siddharth was born, and when he was a child, a sage, means a rishi, predicted that when he grew up, he become a spiritual leader. Okay, he will go to leave his entire luxury things in his life. But his father Shuddhodhan didn't want to become his son a spiritual leader or a monk. Okay, that's why his father arranged Siddharth's marriage with a beautiful prince named Yashodhara. Okay, so the wife name, so the name of the wife of Gautam Buddha is Yashodhara. Okay, and Siddharth was only 19 years of old. Okay, and Princess Yashodhara and Prince Siddharth, they have a son named as Rahul. Okay, so here you can see the birth of the Prince Siddharth. Okay, means the birth of the Lord Buddha. Here you can see. Now his quest for truth. Now you can see, my dear student, till now Siddharth was married to Princess Yashodhara and they have a son Rahul named. Okay, now see, till 19 year of his age, Siddharth was spending a very luxurious life, a very quiet life. But you know what? Here faith takes turn. One day when Siddharth was walking throughout his kingdom on his chariot, Channa he saw, and the name of his charioteer is Channa. Immediately at that time, Princess Siddharth seen a sick man. Okay, okay. First of all, he saw a sick man, and then later on he saw a dead body. Okay, all these sorrowful sights disturbed him. Okay, so Prince Siddharth was so much disturbed after looking the stage of sick man and after looking that dead body, that he decided that he wants to become a monk. Okay, and Prince Siddharth was fascinated by his expression and demeanor. He made up his mind to find a solution for the sufferings of mankind. Okay, now see, the sight of sick man and the dead body. Okay, Siddharth was so much disturbed that he immediately decided, now I am going to find the solution of the sorrows for the mankind. Okay, means I'm going to find in what way mankind can be free from this sorrow. Okay, so one night when his wife and his son was sleeping, he immediately left his palace. Okay, and while leaving his palace, he immediately took off his all jewelries and gave up all his luxurious clothes. Okay, and at that time Prince Siddharth was 29-year old. Okay, and that event, that whole event is known as Great Renunciation. Okay, so what is the meaning of Great Renunciation? One day Prince Siddharth was roaming throughout the street of his kingdom. So he saw a sick man and the dead body. Okay, and at that time he was very much disturbed and he decided that I'm going to find the solution for the mankind. Okay, and immediately one day when his wife and his son was sleeping, he left his palace. So this whole process, so this whole incident is named as great renunciation. Okay, so here you can see, my dear student, Princess Yashodhara and Prince Rahul is sleeping, and Siddharth is here, he is leaving the palace. Okay, now when Siddharth leave his palace, he was only 29 years of old. Okay, see, now Siddharth started wandering from one place to another place. Okay, he spent some time with two hermits and learned the technique of meditation and then the teachings of the Upanishads. Okay, so when he was wandering on the streets, he made two hermits, and after meeting them, he learned the technique of meditation. Okay, and he also learned Upanishads. Okay, but you know what, after learning meditation and after learning the and after knowing the learnings of Upanishad, still Siddhartha was not satisfied. Okay, he then practiced for severe penance for 6 years. Okay, so to satisfy himself, Prince Siddhartha meditated for almost 6 years. Okay, he meditated for 40 days without food or water till his body was no more than mere skeleton. Okay, so in this entire journey of 6 years, Prince Siddharth spent 40 years without food and without water. Okay. When a girl offered him a bowl of kheer, he thought that the truth of knowledge could not be found by mere suffering and sacrifice. So one day when he was in his meditation, a girl offered him kheer. Okay. And when that girl offered him kheer, Siddharth thought, see, mere meditation is not possible. In this way, I'm not going to attain salvation, or I'm not going to satisfy myself. Okay. On the 49th day of meditation, true light dawned upon him. He understood why the world is full of suffering. Okay. So on the 49th day of his meditation, all of a sudden on him a light falls, and in that time, Siddharth understood the real meaning of sufferings, or he understood the real meaning of meditation. Okay, thus he become Buddha, the enlightened one. Okay, and through this and after receiving that light, Prince Siddharth immediately understand that why human beings suffer so much. Okay, on that day he was no more a Prince Siddharth, he become Lord Buddha. Okay, it means enlightened one. Okay, he delivered, okay, and after becoming Buddha, he delivered his first preaching or first sermon at Sarnath, Varanasi. Okay, and after delivering his first sermon at Sarnath, he spent his rest of the life in teaching all the people of the country. Okay, and Lord Buddha passed out at Kushinagar in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so here you can see the four encounter process through which a Prince Siddharth become Lord Buddha. Here you can see. Okay, now what are the main teachings of Lord Buddha? Here you can see Buddha main teaching are contained in the Four Noble Truth and the Eightfold Path, or Ashtangika Marg. Now see, the main teachings given by Lord Buddha is divided into many parts known as Four Noble Truth, or the Eightfold Path, or the Ashtangika Marg. So these all are the name of the main teachings of Lord Buddha. So till now, what we have seen? We have seen that our world is full of misery and sorrows, and desire is the main reason for our sufferings. Okay, so if we want to end up our sufferings, we must give up our desires. Okay, so to end our suffering, we must follow the path of Lord Buddha according to Buddhism religion. Okay, now this path is also called the middle path. Now this path followed by the Lord Buddha also called as middle path. And why it is called as the middle path? Because Lord Buddha was extremely against of worldly life of the Brahmins and several penance of the Jains. That's why it is known as the middle path. Okay, the teachings of Buddha contain ahimsa or non-violence. Okay, he was against the killing of the people and the animal sacrifices. Okay, according to Buddha, the main purpose of human life is to attain the nirvana or moksha. Okay, according to Lord Buddha, the main purpose of human life to attain their moksha. And if a person is able to attain the moksha, then his immortal soul is going to rest in peace. Okay, he or she not going to search for a new body. Okay, see, Buddha was also opposed to the caste system. Okay, Lord Buddha was also against of the caste system which prevails in our Indian society at that time. Okay, according to Lord Buddha, all the people are equal in the eye of the God. Okay, now the Buddhist literature. What are the name of Buddhist literature? Here you can see the main teachings of Buddhism. In Buddhist literature, we can see three main books. Okay, we can find three main books of Buddhist literature. The name of these three books are called as three Pitikas. Okay, three means three. Okay, three books mean three Pitikas. The name of this three Pitikas are Vinayak Pitika, Shutta Pitika, and Abhidham Pitika. Okay, so these all are the book of your Buddhist literature. Now, all these three Pitikas composed in the local language Pali. Okay, so my dear student, the Buddhist literature is written in Pali language. Okay, Lord Buddha also praised his language in this language, and by using Pali language, Lord Buddha delivered his teachings. Okay, later on, similarly, Buddhism religion also divided into two parts. Okay, later on, after the death of Lord Buddha, Buddhism religion is divided into two parts: Hinayan and Mahayan. Okay, later on, followers of Mahayan wrote their own text. See, the teaching of Buddha is divided into three books known as your Tripitikas, your Vinayak Pitika, Shutta Pitika, and Abhidham Pitika. But you know what? After the death of Lord Buddha, Buddhism religion is divided into two parts, Mahayan and Hinayan. And later on, the Mahayan group wrote their own text apart from these three Pitikas. Okay? There are also Jatak tales about who tells about the life of Lord Buddha. Okay, so this is all about our Buddhist literature. So here you can see, my dear student, this is the picture of our Asia continent, and here you can see in at a vast rate Buddhism religion is spread throughout the world. Now this is all about our Buddhism religion. Now we are going to see about the Jainism religion. Okay, who are Jains? See, Vardhaman is popularly known as Mahavir, who was the founder of Jain religion. Vardhaman Mahavir, okay? Vardhaman Mahavir was the founder of our Jain religion, and according to Jain, Mahavir has 23 predecessors known as Tirthankaras, okay? See, Lord Buddha founded Buddhism religion, okay? And Jain religion is founded by Vardhaman Mahavir, okay? According to Jain religion, there are 24 Tirthankaras, okay? And Lord Mahavir was a 23rd Tirthankara who founded Jain religion. Okay, he and Buddha were contemporary religious leader. Okay, now what type of life Lord Mahavir used to spend? You all know, my dear student, this is a very important thing you have to know. Just like Lord Buddha, Mahavir was also a Kshatriya. Okay, Mahavir was born in Kundalgram near Vaishali in 599 BC, and his father was chief of the Jantrika tribe. Okay, his father is also not an ordinary man. He was a chief of a tribe known as Jantrika tribe. Okay, here you can see this is a picture of Lord Mahavir. Okay, the picture of Lord Mahavir. Now, and the name of the mother of Lord Mahavir is Trishala. Okay, and Trishala was the sister of famous Lichvi chief Chetak. I hope you all know Lichvi. Okay, who are the Lichvis? They are the republics. Okay, whose daughter was married to Bimbisar, the ruler of Magadh. We all discussed these things in our previous chapters. Remember this thing. Okay, he married a princess named Yashoda and had a daughter called Priyadarsena. See, Mahavir also belonged to a Kshatriya clan. Okay, belongs to a king's family. Okay, similarly, just like Lord Buddha, Lord Mahavir also married a princess named as Yashoda, and Mahavir have a daughter named as Priyadarshana. Okay, now the quest for truth of Lord Mahavira. See, at the age of 29, Lord Buddha gave up his luxurious life. Similarly, at the age of 30, Mahavir also left his family. Okay, and he became a monk. Okay, and he wandered street to street for almost 12 years in the search of the true knowledge. Okay, finally he attended his penance and meditation bore fruit. Okay, means finally at last he attended the fruit of his meditation and he achieved Kaivalya or perfect knowledge. Just like Lord Buddha attained enlightenment, similarly Lord Mahavir also attained Kaivalya, known as perfect knowledge. Okay, and that Kaivalya is known as Jina, meaning the conqueror of yourself. Okay, his followers, the followers of Lord Mahavir, known as Jain. Okay, now what are the teachings of Lord Mahavira? Here you can see the teachings of Mahavira are very simple, my dear student. They are not very rigid or very complex. See, Lord Mahavir was against the Vedic ritual, just like Lord Buddha. Okay, and he was also not in the favor of the sacrifices. Okay, he believes that everything has a soul. According to Lord Mahavir, everything has a soul. Okay, and we don't have any right to kill any living creature. Okay, it means he was the staunch follower of non-violence. Okay, so the teaching of Lord Mahavir, here you can see, he preached that the aim of life was to make one soul free and not to reborn again in this world. Okay, now see. He also supported the concept of moksha. Okay, so he advocated his teaching in the form of three jewels. What are the three jewels? Right belief, right knowledge, right conduct. Okay, if you believe on a right thing, then you are going to follow the right knowledge path, and if you follow the knowledge path, then your conduct will be good. Okay, Mahavir was also against the caste system. Okay, he emphasized, means Lord Mahavir emphasized that everyone can attain liberation or the moksha only their good deeds, only through their good deeds. Okay, and after the death of the Mahavir, Jain religion is also divided into two parts, just like Buddhism religion. Okay, Jain religion is divided into two parts known as Digambar and Shwetambars. Digambar means sky clad and Shwetambar means white clad. Okay, the Digambar Jain, so the followers of Digambar Jain, they don't wear any clothes, means they don't wear any clothes. The Shwetambar wear white and cover their mouth with a piece of white cloth. So my dear student, if you see any Jain people covering their mouth with a white piece of cloth and wearing a white cloth, it means they belong to Shwetambar. Shwet means white. Okay, it means they belongs to the Shwetambar sect of Jainism. Okay, and Digambar, they don't wear any piece of clothes. Okay, my dear student, this is all for today. In our next session, we are going to see about the Jain literature. Okay, but till then, take very good care of yourself and revise all the topics. Bye.